because everybody within the cabin. See if that helps. Okay, hopefully it will. If I change to the desk area, it's near the door. Ideally, I would have been able to be like outside like I was this morning. And we got a whole live in with me doing that. But I'm going to try this and see if this works. And again, thank you so much for joining Sandra P's Gen Extra. Sandra P is free to move about the cabin. So just come in, click the like button. I appreciate you so much. And again, just to work best I can with the internet, I'm going to go ahead and have my camera on and off and see what works best. We are getting to know these ladies together. These ladies have been friends for a long time. I do like that, but we're getting to know them together. So let's see. We have, and I don't mind any of them so far. I went to bravo.com just to find out kind of who's who. I'm sorry, I lost that screen. Come back. I'm sorry, everybody. Let me make sure I can come back, because I was going to try to show you where on Bravo I found all these ladies. Let's see. All right, there we are. I want to find out where we found all the ladies. I have the names, not the photos yet. So let's see. We've got Joellen Tabiri. She is a big mouth. Joellen is central to a lot of drama that's going to go on. One of the lady I think I like the most so far is Liz. Liz and Jerry McGraw, like Tim McGraw. Tim and Faith McGraw. But Liz and Jerry McGraw run a lucrative cannabis business, and that is how they know Dolores Cantanilla. Dolores Cantanilla, if you watch New Jersey's Housewives or Traders, you will know who Dolores is. Dolores is in the cannabis business as well, and that's how she met Liz. And evidently, that is how she invited everyone else. Dear Yvette, welcome in. Thank you so much for joining us for this live. My camera's on and off. Sandra P is free to move about the cabin. So I'm finally getting to the Real Housewives of Rhode Island, episodes 1 and 2. Just going to give my opinions on it, go over a few of my notes, and get to know the ladies. I don't know a lot about the ladies. None of us really do yet. So we'll just go over the notes. And let's see. So Liz and Jerry. Liz had a funny story now. She told us that they started dating. He already has 2 or 3 little girls. Liz does not have children, but she has raised Jerry's children. They've been together quite some time. But she said that after they met, she had one of those 23andMe's done. They are actually related, she said, but she didn't know that in advance. So we'll find out something else about her later. She's half Syrian. Another lady they're going to introduce, Rula. Rula comes in episode 2. She's instrumental to a lot of stuff. Rula's kind of a trip, y'all. We'll see what's going to happen with Rula. I'm going to expand this because I'm not able to use 2 tabs right now anyway, so there's no need in me not being able to see you all's comments. All right, so we start out. Kelsey is meeting Liz at a lakeside restaurant, and Kelsey has the staff picking lemon seeds out of the drink. Now, some of these women, let me know what you think about these women. If they are being real, I actually had a poll up. I hope I can find it. If they're being real, or if they're kind of putting on airs a little bit, Real Housewives of Rhode Island. That's what I want to know. So that it's kind of a little strange, some of the things that they're doing. Y'all, this is the weirdest screen. I'm sorry. So I want to know, you think they're being real, or do you think they are putting on airs at all? Now, maybe Liz is kind of a keep it real person, but the lady that has the husband running that the coffee business, she's telling us that it's kind of like a Bon Jovi type business. I think it's number 2 in the country, but they're not making as much money as she thought she would. Now, I think she's keeping it real. Later on, she was doing a lot of crying about how she and the husband are faring with these little girls that they have and everything. This is the real deal to me. Okay, Yvette said they're the real deal. All right, I'm torn. I didn't know, but I like everybody so far. Rula, I don't know about, because she came in episode 2. And then also she's coming in a situation that Ruler's situation, I'm sorry, y'all, this is crazy. Excuse me. Ruler's situation is pretty strange because they are talking about her and her husband like a dog, but not really. What they're doing is she's saying the husband cheated a year ago or something. Again, episodes 1 and 2, I'm going to start talking about both the episodes. I'm going to turn that camera off because I turned my screen and it's just weird. Excuse me, everybody. Excuse me. I apologize. Okay, so we have Dear Yvette saying she thinks they're the real deal. One thing I do like about Rhode Island, they say a lot. It's the smallest state, but it has a big personality. Everyone there has kind of known each other. She said they've been like kindergarten, first grade together. The newest person there will be there maybe 10 years, and they'll say stuff like the new girl. So I find that pretty funny. Kelsey had her staff picking lemon seeds out of a dress. She said she's a lady of leisure. This is the one with the 16,000 square foot house. 16,000 square feet, everybody. 16,000 square feet and 79 TVs. Now, I thought I had a lot of TVs. I have a TV in each room, except not in the kitchen, not in the bathroom, but there are rooms I don't live in that there are TV in. So I thought 4 TVs is a lot of TV. This lady has 79 TVs, okay? So she's in a prominent Rhode Island family. She says she became Miss Rhode Island. Now, all of them have a pedigree. I'll give them that. So she's dating someone. He dates multiple women, and she wants him to be committed. He's not ready to settle down yet because he has his pick. They've been together 10 years. She says that he's on and off with everybody. She's pushing 30, and she wants commitment. And why should he? She says he's tall, dark, and handsome, and all this kind of stuff. So she gets emotional. I don't know what the right thing to do is. Yes, you do, Kelsey. You just don't want to do it. They showed a picture of him, but I don't know who they could show a picture of for me to think that's okay for this man to do that. That's crazy. So we got her crying about her situation. And her situation is going to be the source of a lot of conversation amongst the ladies as well. Her situation, in addition to Rula, because Rula is the one whose husband supposedly cheated on her last year, but they think it's an ongoing thing that he has a mistress. So she doesn't want to lose that lifestyle, but she's pretending she doesn't know what to do. So she's kind of wasted the best years of her life on this man. Maybe, I don't know. We'll see. And Rosie, we find out she was questioning Kelsey's relationship. And Kelsey says she doesn't have to explain it to anybody. So I feel like this is crazy. Gary and Joe meet for seafood by the marina. They met in high school. He was the hot senior. It sounds like he was dating her sister, and then he started dating Joe. But Joe's claiming that nothing happened between the sister and Gary. So it's kind of like a soul food situation, y'all, where Terry was going with Kenny first, and then Max stole him. But, I mean, Max and Kenny were a pair. And I think, like Terry said, I would have messed that up. So we got all kinds of situations. He was the hot senior. She was the innocent freshman. She ends up with the sister's boyfriend. So they are there in the restaurant ordering drinks. He's trying to get her a little bit tipsy. And she's telling him that she gets in trouble with everybody. She doesn't know why anybody tells her anything. So we find out that Joe is the one, she's got a mouth on her. She's a run tell that type woman. She goes and tells everything. She says that she doesn't just spill your business automatically, but she doesn't know why people tell her anything. So that is kind of terrible, but because she admitted it, I found it a little bit funny. So the server came, offers them appetizers. They're talking about oysters. They already got 3 kids, but they say having 3 is just the same as having 1,000. I don't know about 1,000. 1,000? So they showed them with a 1-year-old baby. They show a 10-year-old. They got a 3-year-old. She said she's a PTA mom, but she's the kind of PTA mom that will actually just buy some cookies and throw them in some Tupperware. However you can do it. So she works with plastic surgeons, with med spas, dermatologists, and aesthetic sales. Her husband is ordering. He's getting it together. They must not get babysitters all the time because he's getting dirty martinis and everything. Go ahead, Gary. So they're showing pictures of Providence, Rhode Island. Y'all, it is beautiful. All their homes are beautiful. The marina is gorgeous. I love it. And we see the ladies meet. Rosie shows up in one of those pink Barbie Rubicons. That was so cute. She's saying that She's very loyal as a friend. She's meeting with the other friend. I'm sorry, I think I took the name out. It's Rosie. I can't find the other name. They have those space age shoes that you work out in. It's kind of like you're bouncing, kind of like walking on sunshine. So that looked really fun. Rosie says that she was on a newscast, and her best friend. She's been married 1 year to her best friend. So I thought that was cute. Rich is a man of all trades. He sings Frank Sinatra. All the husbands are, I don't know, they seem to think it's kind of funny or cute what their wives are doing, but it's good because they're not really involved too much in the show yet. Now, they're going to have a scene next week where one of the husbands is really going to get involved. And the reason why that's going to happen is because he is Rula's husband, and he is supposedly cheating on Rula. He has a picture of him that was posted on social media, and one of the friend groups shared it. Rula is upset with the person that shared it more so than she is her cheating husband. So I find that kind of crazy, but you know how that goes. So Liz is saying she used to do Jane Fonda, that she's aging herself. Liz, don't worry about it. We're both Gen X. Liz is 56. Liz and I was the same age, so I found Liz funny. So Liz wasn't at that meeting where they worked out together. Rosie is the one, she has a lifestyle show, and it comes on Saturdays and Sundays for local businesses. She's hosting a picnic collab with a local company, and she's worried about Joellen. Is Joellen going to be nice? Joellen has a big smile. All of them are pretty, but they look alike. As the kids now say, different fonts. So they all look like different fonts of Dolores Cantanilla, which I find really funny, except for Liz. Liz is really skinny, but she reminds me of Dolores too. She and Dolores are actually good friends. They're both in the cannabis business. So Rula has a reputation. Also, Joellen has a reputation. Joellen's reputation is that she can be nice when she's not throwing shade. But all of these ladies seem kind of able to take it. Ashley, I think that's the one with a bunch of little kids, and the coffee bar, or the #1 celebrity type bar in the country, even though she said it's not making the money. She seems to be losing it a little bit. She went to a play date. She had all these little kids. Y'all, this little baby was hanging out the swing like, ah, and the other one was crying, I gotta use the bathroom. And she was crying to her friend, all these kids and things aren't really working out the way we thought with the business. And she was kind of living on the edge, y'all. I felt kind of sorry for this girl. And her husband works all the time. She shot a scene in the restaurant, and it was funny because the Bravo camera was there. She was talking. She was trying to be like, Real Housewife of Rhode Island, take one. And this man was like, move this. Bobby, will you get this? Will you do that? He's instructing his staff. He is talking to her. He's listening with one ear. And I'm like, he's not playing by a script. None of them are. So I can see why dear Yvette said, yes, the real deal. So Rosie is sitting with Joel, Alan, Ashley. The rest of the ladies are confronting her, and she is admitting to that, yeah, she said some of the stuff. And that she's been a pretty mean girl since they went to Wakefield. I guess that's the high school that they went to together. Y'all, this is kind of like Mean Girls. So we get some scenery. We get a beautiful beach, Goddard Beach, because I wrote it down. They said they're going to have lunch. That's Rosie's picnic. The Barbie Rubicon shows up. They're already setting up on the beach. Rosie's husband is already there. She has some gift bags, which are beautiful. This lady, she spared no expense. And they're all friends, and they've known each other so long. So I think that this is really good. Everybody, I'm not ignoring comments. I don't know where to find comments now. I changed the look of this, and I want to apologize in advance. If they come back up and I can find them, of course I'll read them. But right now, I just can't find them. So that's why I'm continuing on. I'm scared to flip it again. Yeah, let me not even mess with that. Okay, there we go. They're back. The comments are back. So let me see. Okay, so, luckily, okay, that Jerry Vet was the last comment. So it seems like the real deal. So I'm glad to hear that. I think so too, but I don't know what to make of the ladies yet. It's so interesting starting a Real Housewives franchise from scratch, watching it, reviewing it, getting to know the ladies. I really like that. So Rosie, she's a little corny, but she's sweet. She said she is going to bring her friends. This will be fun. Y'all, I don't know why my notes are like this. She's talking about a road trip and a charcuterie board. Okay. But she did a nice job. She did a really nice job with the gift bags. All of the ladies get there. My notes in here for some reason, but I know, well, everybody came but Rula. When they all got there, they started talking about the one that's been dating the guy 10 years and also talking about Rula. And then there were some arguments where they're kind of getting on Joellen. So that's where my notes ran out. So we'll start episode 2. We have Liz and Jerry. Their in-laws come over. Jerry's daughter, Brianna, is pregnant. They don't really know the kid. He's 25 years old. He's 25 years old. Liz says, we don't know a lot about him. He's got gorgeous teeth, but Jerry is excited to be a grandfather. I find that kind of funny. You don't know the boy, but you're excited. Okay, but they are going to meet the in-laws. So they want to be one big happy family. I can understand. I mean, the baby's coming, so what are you going to do? These are young adults. They're not kids, so let me not call him a kid, even though he's 25. So Liz says that Jerry's girls fulfilled a need for her. Remember, Liz is 56. She did not have children of her own. I get it, Liz. I'm 55. I didn't have children of my own. But that doesn't stop you from raising and loving children. But later we're going to see Rula say something that was pretty cruel. And women that have born children, bear children, and actually physically gave birth. Some of them, not all, doesn't apply, let it fly. They like to make little slick comments about those of us who have not either chosen to do that, my situation, or those that could not. And I know a few people that are in that situation, and that has to be hurtful to have people throw things at them like, I'm a mother, you're not a real mother. That has to be really hurtful. Me, I don't care because I didn't want one of the Rugrats. And that doesn't stop me from being around them and loving them and mothering them. But we'll see what Rula's going to talk crazy to Liz later. But Liz does feel it. She does, because Liz is saying Jerry's girls fulfilled a need. She's known them since they were little. And now one is 25. She's having her own baby. So Jerry's going to be a granddad. Liz is going to be, she doesn't want to be called grandma or any type of grandma or ma. She wants to be Gigi, because Liz is fly. She's Gen X, but she's fly. So congratulations to Liz and Jerry. I think that's really sweet. She tells us her background. She lost both her parents at relatively young ages. So I feel for Liz. And that put Liz close to my heart, y'all. Jerry wants a grandson. He said, all these girls, he's got his wife, he's got these 3 daughters. He wants a grandson. So I hope Jerry gets his grandson. Y'all don't do a gender reveal. We're getting tired of that. But they're having a kind of a meet and greet of the in-laws. So Zach's parents are coming over. He's going to meet Jerry. He's going to meet Liz. They're going to meet Liz, and they're going to all share this new grandbaby. Congratulations to them. We get Ashley. Ashley is the one that owns the coffee bar with her husband, with the little children, and had the date in the park with a little baby's neck almost snapped off. She's crying. She says she is under so much stress. Jared is her husband. He has all these demands with their business. And, this is what I was talking about. This was the park date. So her friend understands, and she's crying. I never heard of something called a bar widow. Now, some of these women get on my nerves with this. If a man is running the streets, that's different. You can cry over that. But to me, a working man, you're not home because you're working. I'm not going to be crying like that. I'm sorry. Take all them kids down there with him, sit them up at the coffee bar, and sling hash with them. So she's crying. They start talking about the other ladies in the friend group, and Rula's situation comes up. We get a scene with Rula. Rula has a beautiful home. They all do. Excuse me, I left my drink over there and I don't want to get up. Rula has a beautiful home. She's accusing Joellen of spreading gossip about her. She says an alleged affair. Lady, you know this man was cheating. This woman was sitting in Rula's husband's lap, in his lap. Like this is my man. And then she posted the picture. So that was a trip. Confessional Rula she's kind of slinging dirt at Joellen and everybody. She said, we've had our ups and downs. She's a rep in the beauty business. My husband, Brian, and I know a lot of people in the industry. She comes across as friendly and bubbly, but she's really not. Now, Rula is smart. Rula is, I want to say, she's either Lebanese or Syrian. So she and Liz have that in common, even though Liz is half. She's mixed. And the other thing about Rula is very calm. One of the other ladies said she's monotone. And those people, I'm going to tell you, you know how little ducks look over the water? They're just like, under the surface, their little feet are moving like crazy. So Rula, just because she's calm and all this, that doesn't mean that lady doesn't have stuff churning on the inside, especially with this husband humiliating her like this. And next week we're going to get to see him and her, and they're having some type Studio 54 party. So I can't wait to see that, y'all, because the ladies seem to have a lot of style. So they all sit down to lunch, with the exception of Joellen wasn't there because Rula just flat out says, I don't even know. Why do you even want to hang with her? Now, remember, they've all been friends for a long time. It's going great. Kiwan JTV, thank you so much for coming in and joining me during this live. This is my first time getting to Real Housewives of Rhode Island, season 1 and 2. But it is going great. We just left Cozumel. So excuse the connectivity issues. I just had a terrible time with that, but I'm glad to get in the live and everyone that's joining me. Cece, thank you so much for joining us in the live. My moderator came in, greeted everyone, and I appreciate you, because I had one that I was supposed to be in. I couldn't even get online or even get in to edit it. So I thank you all that came back. I did do Real Housewives of Atlanta. Meh. I'm going to give the Peaches some grace. But the Rhode Island ladies, I'm liking them so far. There's a lot going on for the first 2 episodes. So Rula's meeting the ladies. Why do you even want to hang with Joellen? So we hang with Joellen the same reason we hang with everybody in Providence. Rula was saying in her confessional, I would never live where Joellen lives. I would never live in Cranston. That was a part of the first episode. The state is very small. All of it looks to be exclusive. Like the homes are beautiful. Streets are well paved. The lawns are manicured. But evidently, because some people are elitists, they have to make one area better than the other. So when she said, I would never live in Cranston, Cranston looked beautiful. But they had the scene where Liz, one of the other ones, she had moved something like 5 miles away. And the aunts were in the car like, it's so far. And it took them literally 10 minutes to get there. And they were just fussing at the fiance, like, why'd you move her so far away? And again, it was 10 minutes away. So it's really close-knit, really family-oriented. And the friend groups have known each other since kindergarten and first grade. And the new girls have been around like 10 years. So that is one thing I do like about this show. It's scary, though, because, again, within this first 2 episodes, they're already talking about 2 of them's relationship. One of the one that goes with the guy she's been with 10 years. He has not stopped dating because he doesn't have to. He's rich, tall, dark, and handsome. He said he's not settling on one. So she's crying about it because she's pushing 30. And then Rula, who is married, she owns a financial services firm, and her husband allegedly is out there cheating. He's a podiatrist. She says that he meets one of her boxes. She said he's not tall or dark, but he's handsome to her. Rula, did you really mean to say that? So Brian is a trip. She says there are echoes that Brian has a mistress. Production is being just as messy. I don't know the production company, but there was an echo that says mistress. So production is a trip. They ask her in her confessional, are you open to talk about it? So she starts telling us about the photos that were online, and Joellen shared them of Brian and a cockroach. Now, we don't like this, Ula. Why are you calling this lady a cockroach? Now, remember, Rula is Syrian, Lebanese, something like that. Be careful, Rula. Don't be calling people a cockroach. I don't care if it's an Italian or if this is a trip. Kiwan JTV is saying what it is. She's my fellow content creator. These ladies are messy. They are. And you could really hurt your friend. This is a new show. None of y'all have been on any Housewives type thing. Liz knows Dolores, so she's seen New Jersey and what could happen, but I wouldn't have been. Brian is terrible. He is disgusting. But even if I didn't like Rula, I don't think I would put that out there. You're sending around pictures and stuff. Because Joellen, what about your husband? What if somebody sits on his lap? Do you want us to send that out? So just be careful what you do to other people. So they are sitting around. They're talking about Joellen. Rula's mad at everybody but one hit Brian. Brian, your own wife says you're not tall, dark, and handsome. You're just kind of handsome to her. So she's really calling you ugly and pale. But we won't go go through that too much. She's saying, you went through stuff with Jerry. You didn't throw him away. Now, Ruler, Liz is not the one that did this, y'all. I couldn't stand this. You went through stuff with Jerry. You did your thing. He did his thing. So now she's outing Liz and Jerry of going through and Liz possibly cheating back. She says, and it's just different. You got to keep a family together. When you produce children of your own, remember I told y'all, Liz has raised Jerry's little girls from little girls. One is having a baby now. So for her best friend to sit up here talking about, if you would produce a baby, like because she hasn't carried a child, she can't mother. Come on now. I found that was pretty disgraceful. Liz caught it. Liz caught. She says, when you bring them up, you're still a mother, and here's your Ruler. I didn't mean it like that. You better take it back. You better take it back, because I didn't mean it like that. Yes, you did, Ruler. You didn't expect Liz to catch like that, and she did. I wouldn't trust this lady at all. Ruler wants to throw shots at everybody. She's mad. We're going to hear more from Cece about Newport. I've been to Newport, Rhode Island. Once I toured Billionaires Row, where the robber baron families had summer homes. The Breakers that was owned by the Vanderbilts was bigger than some hospitals. Oh, man, I can imagine that. I just finished it, actually. I'm going to watch it again. The Gilded Age. And I feel like that is where, I feel like they go to Rhode Island, too, when you mention the robber barons. But the Gilded Age has fictional families, but it's based on real families. The one that started the 400, I know people in Yonkers used to say, oh, they big time, 400. The Astors, Brooke Astor. She's a real part of it, but one of the railroad people, he's fictional, and his wife are fictional. But that's when the first billionaire started. And this was back in the 20s. Some of it, the 1800s. These people been stealing a long time. So they can't shame me about anything I might not get. Thank you, Uncle Joe, for forgiving my student loans. Let me not go off on a tangent. CC, Rhode Island looks so beautiful. Providence is gorgeous, but for Ruler to sit up here and say, I could live in Cranston. Cranston looked gorgeous. It really did. The whole state is beautiful. So that was crazy. So Ruler's throwing shade at Liz. Liz caught it. Liz is kind of hurt. And now they're all still talking about Joellen. Now, Joellen, you shouldn't have done this. But again, Brian, why you got this woman in your lap and then let this lady be so comfortable as to put it on social media? It shouldn't be out there. Lullaby is a mess. That's a Ruler. Keywan J will give you a name too. I don't know if that's spell check or you clowning her. You could give it to her. I don't mind. Ruler makes me sick. She didn't have to say that to Liz. Liz was really hurt. And I hate when people act like they talked over your head. You didn't talk over her head. She got it. And as a person who chose not to bring children into the world out of my own body, even though I have mothers, I've caught it too. And I didn't like it. So Liz is hurt over it. They're going back and forth. The other ladies are sitting there looking scared. And then they're worried. Oh, spell check. Okay. Ruler. I knew that's who you was talking about, though, because she is a mess. So they're sitting there at that lunch, and then they're saying they really don't want Joellen and Ruler in the same place, but they're going to be in the same place. They got to. So we had Rosie was questioning Kelsey's relationship. Kelsey's the one that this man's kept her hanging on for 10 years. It's cute when you're 20. It's not cute when you're 30. Her clock is ticking. She's getting upset. I feel like I don't need to explain that to anybody. You don't, other than this man. And he doesn't seem like he's going to do anything. He said he got one in Rhode Island, a couple down in Miami. All the ladies are talking about it. She's humiliated, but she doesn't know what to do. She doesn't want to lose the lifestyle or those 79 TVs. Girl, TVs are so cute or so cheap. I wouldn't give up my youth years for no 79 TVs. You can't watch all of them. So we got Gary and Joe. They are meeting for seafood by the marina. Of course, they met in high school. Again, everybody's known each other for years. Gary was the hot senior. She was an innocent freshman. Y'all, I went over that already. Just excuse that. Let me go back to episode series 2. So that couple have met each other already. They all get together to meet. They're going to a winery. Joellen is bringing a sprinter. Y'all, I love when they do that. The one time I went to a winery, we went in a sprinter as well, which I think is really smart. Nobody has to worry about driving. So Kelsey has invited all the girls. Ruler's upset that Joellen's going. Joellen doesn't care. Joella has spread all these rumors, but the rumors are true, so she's not worried about it. She shows up to the sprinter. They said she's fun when she's not being mean. Y'all, I don't have time for that mess. But Joellen kind of made me laugh. So I forgot who said it. One of them like cheap wine. She called it stripper juice, $8 a bottle. Now she's gonna get her feelings hurt because this is the one that her and her husband own the bar. She brought that to somebody's house and they were talking about her like a dog. So I found that really funny. Rula says she's coming. So Joellen claims I'm getting the brunt of the blame for the pictures, but all I did was share them. Alicia's saying I'm an informant. You're not an informant, but you're nosy. And you had no right to do that, Joellen. This is a mess. As Rula said, if you have kids, you're born through your body. You try to keep the family together. So she said she got these little kids. The kids didn't seem that little. The husband's a foot doctor. He's rubbing more than feet. Those were her words. No, he's rubbing more than foots. That's what she said. So we get a confessional. Rula is asked to show a picture of Rula and the husband called Joellen's day job. Joellen says, if you want her to bring it, she'll effing bring it. So Joellen's kind of upset. Now, Joellen, if you do something to somebody, how do you dictate how they're going to respond? I don't think Rula should have called your job. And Brian, you on that punk stuff. You know you let this girl sit in your lap, and now you're trying to get this lady fired. So now they really have a feud, and they have this Studio 54 event coming up, which is going to be good. So Joellen's cussing. I don't give a F how she feels. Tell her hubby to keep his thing in his pants. She said, you try to ruin my kids, my job, my life, I'll ruin your life. So now Joellen has a legitimate feud with Rula and Brian because she told their business and they tried to ruin her business. So this is a trip. She's in her confessional, cussing up a storm. She's talking junk. But it kind of made me laugh because I don't see how she could be mad at how they responded to what she did. But she is. So she said that's misdirected anger. Gary pays the mortgage. I pay for everything else. So it sounds like they got a Married to Medicine, Dr. Eugene and Toya situation. Toya pays for the home, and evidently Dr. Eugene pays everything else. That's what Joellen said they got going on over there. So don't be trying to call her job and get her fired no matter what she said about you. And your not tall, not dark, semi-handsome husband, Brian. So the ladies are sitting at the lunch or at the winery. They're all drinking a little bit of wine. The server was funny. She was being really nosy. She kept coming up. Do you need anything? Who needs this? Who needs that? And she would shrink away like, okay, and like slide out of the frame. So they're waiting for Rula. And they kept going, oh my God, that's her. Oh my God, that's her. Of course, Rula doesn't show up. Liz gets a phone call. She said, who is it? She said, it's Rula. Liz looks at the thing. Rula's in the bed. And they said, what's going on? She says, she's in the bed with a hat in full glam. She's not coming. They said, oh, yeah, right. She's not sick. She got a headache from eating too much Ozempic. Tell her to eat a turkey leg. Y'all, these ladies are crazy. That made me laugh. That was Ashley. Ashley's so little. Ashley brought crackers. She said, when I get hungry and the kids get nauseous, you know, she got all the little kids. She said, I always carry crackers. Ashley, I like to eat crackers too, just plain. So this was so funny that they're telling this lady she's in bed with a hat on in full glam. Rula, I think you didn't want to come and face Joellen because now Joellen is mad at you. So that was pretty funny. Everyone had to bring questions. Y'all, this is how they want to solve what's going on between them. Everybody, she says, we're going to bring questions to the person that you have a question of. Write it on an envelope, put it in the box, and it's going to be anonymous. I said, oh, Lord, how can this go wrong? So they start writing questions. So Ashley comes up. Her question was something about when did she lose her virginity? Y'all, she said she was on the verge of 30. The other lady had the nerve to laugh. Kelsey, I think it was Kelsey. Kelsey lost hers at 14. Why are y'all looking at Ashley crazy? Because she was pushing 30. And Ashley wasn't ashamed. She shouldn't have been. She said, I just didn't want to give it up to anybody. I wanted to be something special. I agree with you, Ashley. And the lady that was not even 14, can we now all admit and agree that y'all, that's not right? Because the little boys that are 14, they running around this cruise. They don't have any game. I'm sorry. They're not that clean unless they have a mother and father that's really keeping them together. They're not the ones having sex with the 13 and 14-year-old. These are grown men that are doing this. So I feel for her. They're laughing. Excuse me. So Joellen said, I wish Gary would let us swing sometime. Y'all, they getting loose. They drinking wine. I wish Gary would let us swing sometime. She said, we had a threesome one time. Oh no, my mother's going to watch this. Yes, she is. And production's not going to count. They're not going to cut that out. So that was pretty funny. She says, but I'm not in a polygamous relationship. That's Kelsey. They said, Kelsey, you've been dating this man for 10 years. You got no kids with him. He has other women. You're not married, so it's not officially polygamous, but you're in a polygamous relationship. So then they start talking about that they were talking about each other. Joellen lies. I didn't bring up Kelsey. And Kelsey says, I heard that you did. The other ones admit that, yeah, she's the one that brought it up. She says that she talked about it, but she didn't start the conversation. So now we got a rumor about Liz, y'all. My girl, Liz. Liz is saying, I got a little friend. He's like a little bro, Dino. They show a picture of Dino, y'all. Dino was fine. And Liz is grinning from ear to ear. Now, was this an old picture, Liz, or do you just look 20 years younger when you with Dino? So evidently, Dino is Gary's best friend. And Liz is not doing anything with him, supposedly. But now the girls want to start talking about Liz because they already been talking about Ula. That was the end of the episode. We got a Studio 54 party that's coming up. And the ladies are going to all attend that. Rula, take that hat off, get out the bed with that full glam and come to this Studio 54 party. We got questions for you, lady. But we do see in the upcoming preview that she's there. Brian is there. They're going to try to get in Joellen's face, and she's not going to go for it. So, y'all, that was actually the end of the episode. And I thank all of you for joining. Sandra P is free to move about the cabin. And I'm going to get back to the rest of my cruise. If I get a chance to go live again, I will do that. If I feel like the connectivity issues are not as bad as they have been, again, it's formal night. So I'm going to try to get some rest, go and get my 1 or 2 lobster tails, however many they let you have now, hang out a little longer, and I'll try to talk to you later if I can. But in any case, I'll take videos that I'll share later. I'll see you in the YouTube streets. And y'all, I am liking the Real Housewives of Rhode Island so far. So that was episode 1 and 2. Thank those of you who were able to join me during the live. I appreciate it so much. If you're not already subscribed, go ahead and subscribe. Thank you. Have a great weekend, everybody. Bye.
Don't think that he's good for you.